Hey everyone, this is Michael Reeves, and tonight we're going to bring you the second of two semifinal games here in the Strat-O-Matic 28 Strat for short Strat 28 League. Last night we hosted Pittsburgh, and I have to think about this for a second. New York Giants. We're not going to have spoilers in this game, so we'll let you listen to that other broadcast. Tonight it's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee had the ball first, and I don't know if it was a turnover. I'm just joining this here just a few minutes in. I assume it was a punt to Los Angeles. This is their first possession, so we'll open up a few windows here. Add the card image. My vision is not great, so my graphics are blown up just a tiny little bit here, so we will make do. Maybe move this over just a little bit here so we can, if I can add this link here real quick. Okay, Dennis has added that link. Let's see. We'll get him in the broadcast here. It's 3rd and 5 with the ball at the 22. Again, this is the Rams' first possession. Let's see if Dennis is in the room here after this play. So that's Dak Prescott under center. Here's a quick pass to Brown. It's incomplete. With 4 men in the zone, that was a defender reading. Defender 4 is able to make the play. So Los Angeles is going to kick this one back to Tennessee. And there's not going to be a return. That'll stop at the 26. And there is Dennis. Hey, Dennis.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, buddy. How you doing?
Good.
I get in a couple minutes late here, but this is Tennessee's second possession. I think they both exchanged punts. So.
Perfect. Can you maximize the screen so that way they get the most field as possible?
Thank you. Yeah, I always miss it. There it is. Here we go.
Perfect.
Thank you. Good call.
Yeah, when I play,
you know what do you know about them?
Well, the Rams kicked my butt and sent me home. Tennessee was the #1 team in the conference, so these teams have earned their spots here. That's for sure. Let me look at how they did against each other in the regular season.
Thanks.
As you know, the Titans are co-managed by Tyke Wright and his son, Nicholas Hall.
Right.
And Tyke is letting Nicholas coach these last 2 games, assuming that they get past the Rams. You know, they went back and forth. They're both good strat coaches. They're both in SFFDL with their own franchises, you know, in my draft league.
Yes.
Let me pull up the 28. So we didn't miss too much, right? We just got the first drive was a 3 and out or 4 and out.
Well, you got in just in time for the first big play of the game right there, an interception.
So when the Titans and the Rams played in the regular season, the Titans won 30-13.
Okay.
And in that game, Dak Prescott was the one who threw the interceptions. He had 2 interceptions, and the Rams also lost 2 fumbles. One from Devin Singletary, and the other one probably, it looks like on a kick return or a punt return.
That's a lot to overcome.
So this should be a real good one.
Should be. There's an off-tackle run for Singletary, and there's one of his short gains. That'll pick up a big gain there of 18.
Yeah, 18 down to the 16. So
16-yard line.
Nathan looking to really make him pay for that turnover.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, those kind of turnovers, that's not bad coaching. You called a short pass, single covered, and you rolled bad. You rolled a 9 and a bad split. That just happens sometimes.
That's exactly right.
Guessed wrong run, or guessed wrong short pass there. Mm-hmm. But it had he called run. There was a 4-minute zone, though. So, sometimes you call it right, and you get punished, and sometimes you call it wrong and you get lucky. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Let's see what kind of line he has.
The Titans have those 2-6 rated linebackers next to each other on defense and then they can double up with the 0 and the 4 in the other zone. So it makes it tough to flat pass, and that's one of Dak's specialties in this card set. He's an excellent flat passer.
Right.
You saw in Semifinals how Tim Bollier's been playing Prescott over Mahomes. It seems crazy, but it works for him.
What a luxury.
He's into the Final Four with that with the old Mr. Prescott.
Yeah.
So 8-yard pickup there thanks to the block by Alejandro Villanueva, a 4 against the 4. So a little fortune there for Nathan. He's got 3rd and 2 at the 8.
He has 2 of the best cards this year, running cards, Singletary and Mostert as well. Mostert.
Right. Interesting that, I mean, the thing that those guys have in common, though, is guessed right. They can go no gain or lose yardage. So he's got Darius Geis in there as his guessed right runner. So look for him to – no, he throws it to Mostert on a pitch out with a man in the zone, and he's going to lose 6.
You called it.
Because I was going to say, hey, look for him to key Geis, and Nathan was thinking the same thing. He's going to key Geis. I want to run with Mostert, and he mixed it up.
Whew, that's not a good-looking card guessed right. Mercy.
No, but it's such a powerful card guessed wrong. It's perfect for this set.
Yes, it is. And I think Tennessee has to feel pretty fortunate. They're just, after a turnover, only 3 points.
Yep.
Okay, Deshaun Watson under center. Let's see, Hunter Henry and Cook. Got a deep threat, 2 deep threats there, and Cooper and Moore. Well, and Elliott in the backfield. I wonder if he's got who his other back is besides Elliott. He runs Elliott. Did you pick up a 5?
Hold on, I'll tell you. All right, the Titans also have Austin Eckler that they'll give some carries to.
Mm-hmm.
So looks like it's the Deshaun Watson show. The last game, he threw the ball 32 times to 24 runs for Elliott. But he's been the main star this year for them.
Mm-hmm. There's another off-tackle run. Nothing there.
They also have Naheem Hines, who you keep that in mind on punt returns. He's got a big number on punt returns.
Yep.
Got that touchdown on 4. But those are basically the only guys he runs. Eckler and Elliott. And Eckler's in there on 3rd downs. Nathan has such a strong offense. I had a hard time stopping his offense during the regular season game. But his defense is vulnerable if you can catch it the right way. He has a strong pass rush, though. So if you don't have good pass blocking, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, it's not often you see somebody get here to the Final Four where you got 4s all over the secondary and a 0 on top of that.
It's kind of interesting because the Titans have strong pass blocking, except for Jack Conklin, who's a 6'2". The other guys are 7s or 5s. So he could, if the challenge matchup is the right tackle, that's when he's in trouble.
Yeah, what a strange combo, a 6'2".
Yeah, you think he'd trade for like a 0-5 for 3rd downs maybe, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, so far so good. That's 3 possessions. Turned him over on downs twice and a pick, and he's got good field position here.
Nathan's one of the best defensive coaches out there. Best coaches, period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't I know that? He had loads of fun knocking me out in autumn wind.
Yeah, Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
Michael was undefeated in that league for our viewers or listeners, and Nathan put an end to his dreams of going 16-0.
Right. Otherwise known as pulling a Crowley, basically. Couldn't pull off a Dennis.
Even I can't pull off a Dennis.
Yeah.
That was lucky.
Yeah, you got the only one in that league. I'm sure you know that.
Excuse me, I'm still trying to get some work done here on the West Coast. It's really after 5, so keep going.
Off tackle run, and that one's going to be stopped as well. So Rams are going to turn this one over. They've had 3 possessions, a field goal on one, and they've had to punt on the other 2. Yeah, a little bit of a hesitation there. I wanted to make sure he actually was punting from the 43, and he is. So he'll give the ball back to Tennessee. So the winner will take on an unknown team. We're not going to spoil anything here. In Strat 28, Dennis, this is our 4th or 5th year for this league.
It's, I think, our 3rd year.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I had Andrew Luck, and then he was hurt, and then he was back again, and then last year he was hurt. I think this. I don't know. For some reason, I think it's the 5th year.
Our first year was the 2016 card set. 2017, 18, 19. You're right. This is our 4th year.
Okay, you're right. I was wrong. I said 5.
No, you were right. I thought it was 3. It's been 4 years.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I had luck. I had no luck, and then I had luck, and then this year I made the trade for Allen. So okay, yeah, we're good.
That's a nice turnover to go from.
Boy, that worked out.
And you got him just at the right time. Imagine if you try to trade for him this offseason.
Oh yeah. Oh godly. What? No. Who would trade him first of all? And yeah, so it's nice. I would have thought I had to go years for a quarterback, or I would have had to pick one of the 3 out of this group. So
do you remember what you gave up for him?
I gave up the number 1 in the upcoming draft, not that draft, because in that draft I took Miles Sanders. I wanted to keep my first-round pick. Oh, sack. Oh, I didn't get him in the end zone, though. All right, so 4-yard sack that puts the ball at the 1. Yeesh. All right. Who was it with that sack there? It's
Terrell Cameron. Terrell Suggs got the sack, but it was Cameron Hayward, a 12 against a 7. That's what I said. Nathan's got just a ferocious pass rush.
Oh, that's right. They reassigned the sacks. You're right. So, yeah, it was first round in this upcoming draft. Yeah, that'll be a good pick for him. I think I finished in the bottom 5 or 6. So he'll have a top 7 pick. Run key.
Oh, he's trying to key Elliott, and it's a post to Henry, covered by Ford. Nobody's in the zone.
Right.
Oh, and he misses it.
Oh.
Had some chances.
Yes, he did.
2, 3. So he had 10 chances there. Not that great. If he had gone to maybe Amari Cooper or somebody like that, that would have been a big hit. Let me see what Cooper's card's like. Yeah, Cooper. Nope, he's incomplete on a 12. And DJ Moore would have been plus 26. So we had to throw it to Moore to get out of that hole he's in. 3rd and 14 now. But it's so much easier, like Jay says, it's so much easier to call the right plays when you know what the results are.
He called it again.
Oh, and he squeezes him out of there.
Whoa. I like his second down call. I'm not sure about his third down call, but all right.
No, you got to love that, though. Nathan, we always had the saying, go big or go home on offense. He went big on defense.
Yes, he did.
He's not going home. He's still going to get this ball back in great field position, but that was an exciting play.
Yes, it was.
Hold your breath there and hope that it's on the D card. That's all you can do as the offense.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We'll have to look at Elliott's card to see if he can get out keyed. I doubt it. Maybe there's a 0 on his card.
No, I don't think so. Not in this set.
So, yeah, it was Robert Woods. That was the other guy. So I gave up a number 1 in the upcoming draft and a Woods and Robert Woods.
That's so cheap.
Very pleased. Very pleased.
Yeah, but that was back when we weren't sure what kind of quarterback he was going to be. I guess we're still not really sure, but man, he took a big step up with that completion percentage this year.
This was a sink or swim season for him, I think. Or we would have been talking like him, like Sam Darnold, or maybe even Jared Goff.
Yeah, it's so strange how it's not just the talent that a person has, it's also the situation they wind up in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just imagine if Sam Darnold had wound up with Brian Dable and Sean McDermott. What kind of quarterback where would he be at right now?
It's hard to say, the people around him and the coaching staff around him, how much that has stunted him. But, we'll see in this offseason if people I think they'd be willing to part with him and maybe start all over again. We'll see if there's, interest in him. I know McVay was even questioning whether or not Goff was going to be on the roster next year. I think they've all been giving up on him.
He has to be. His contract is so onerous that there's no way they'll be able to trade him this year.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean he's going to be playing. But he's going to be on the roster.
Yeah. Man, you got to hit it right, because every one of these quarterbacks, if they're good, like Cleveland's got a decision to make with Mayfield here soon. He, to me, looks like a game manager. But at some point, you got to make that decision. When you do, it's minimum $30 million, and it just wrecks your cap.
Yep.
A pickup of 7. Guessed wrong. 3rd and 3.
So he's in field goal range. So this is Titans got to make a stop here and hold the damage to 6 points. Hey, Michael, one of these days you got to let me log onto your machine and fix you up with some custom graphics there. Give you a new scoreboard and some center logos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got the end zones, but I never messed with this. Oh, well, this is no decision here. I'm sure he's going to go for this at the 29, don't you think?
Yeah. He's got that great flat pass card. He's got Darius guys. Now look at that. He has a 6 linebacker in the zone. Even with one man in the zone, he makes it on 6, on 12, on 4, on 5. So unless you get 2 men in the zone, you still have a good chance of making it on a flat pass.
Right.
And on top of that, he has guys who's a good guest right runner.
Yep. Isn't that funny, though? You got Singletary and Mostert, 2 of the best cards in the game, and who's in there?
It's a guest right run. He's going to pick up 4.
Good call again. Good call, Dennis. Yeah, that's a really nice guest run card. There's no crazy losses that you see, the 6, 7, 8 yard losses.
Yeah, so 17 chances out of 36 that he would not have made it. So he makes it on 19 of 36. Yep. So
wow.
50-50.
Good call. That's knowing the cards. He's put the time in on that spreadsheet. Here's an off-tackle run for Singletary. It's guessed wrong, and that's a pickup of 7. They are marching down the field, 2nd and 3 with the 18. A spectator left the game. Where are they going?
Oh, it's me, because I'm watching it on your screen.
Oh, okay. I was like, this game's good. What are you doing?
I'm going to tune in. I'm going to tune in on my game to watch the Somifa playoff game while calling this one for a little bit. This is 20-yard run by Mostert. Touchdown.
And that's Koo, the rookie. This will put it to 10 if he hits this.
I've got 2 screens here, so I'm like watching a game on 2 different screens. It's kind of like a DirecTV Sunday ticket.
You got Red Zone going, man.
Yeah.
Is Tom calling that one by chance?
No, Tom's in that one. He's playing. He's playing against that Lamar Jackson card. It's the New York Jets with Ryan Fitzpatrick and all of Tom's other excellent talent, including Christian McCaffrey, up against Jeff. And his running backs is Todd Gurley, but he has Lamar Jackson who does most of his running. So he's really just throwing it and running it with Jackson most of the time.
Well, if you could provide us periodic updates, we would appreciate it because the fans demand to know.
Yeah, for those of us in both leagues, the best of both worlds.
So, is that Final Four as well?
Whoever wins that game gets into the Final Four.
I see.
Yeah, so he's in the quarterfinals right now.
Did you see that ridiculousness? 3-9 after 3 quarters and won my last 4 games for like absolutely no reason whatsoever. No rhyme, no reason, no nothing. I was playing like I was trying to make a playoff spot.
That's called integrity.
Yeah, you know what? That's playing right out of Jared Goff and getting a quarterback. That's exactly what I did. But that's, you know what? That Ed Barrow would have it no other way.
Yeah, that's good. No, it's good that we have a good group that everybody always tries their best.
That's the granddaddy league, the one I've always heard about. I hate the circumstances that I got in, but I'm glad to be in it.
For sure.
I don't know if you listened to the broadcast yesterday, but me and Zab were talking about you and talking about Cook and the influence that you guys have on all these people, that especially the new ones who are coming to these leagues now. And he's such a draft Nick, and he does the commentary after the Somifa draft, and I can't help myself. I'm listening to him live, him and Nathan, and I join, and I'm thinking, oh, he's going to reprimand me for some stupid pick that I made. And man, he was like really nice. It was like, you really did your homework this year. You worked hard. You could tell that you really did your research and stuff. It was really nice. I appreciated that. It was very cool.
Very cool. You deserve it.
Very cool. So
there was a 2-minute zone flat pass right there, guessed wrong, and that got the Titans. I think, they need to put together some first downs here. So this is a nice drive for them. They don't want to fall behind too far.
Good bounce back for them. That's right.
Square out left, correctly double covered. Square out left to DJ Moore. And that was shut down with a free safety double team.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 10. 10:48 to go in the half over there.
Over there. But
no, for your game.
Right, but on the East Coast.
Well, Tom's driven down almost to the 50, and he's facing a 3rd and 7.
Okay. Pass the DJ Moore. There's your first down.
And he guessed a run on that one. So a guessed wrong run. You get throw it to your max receiver. You got to feel good about that.
That's exactly right.
And Tom throws a guessed right short pass, and he will have to punt incomplete on the decoy. I'll just update you on the other game if there's something exciting happens. Not
sure. Oh, yeah. No,
we can't do a Kevin Harlan when he was calling those 2 games at once.
Oh, interception split. Guessed wrong, though, so not much of a chance. Just a
hey, move that to the guessed right column. Is that a pick on 11 and 12 too? Oh, a pick on 12. So it would have been incomplete either way. Another run call.
Run again, and he gets lucky that time.
Well, I mean, in this rule set, with the dump off and everything, sometimes it's okay to guess run. Sometimes that run call prevents you from being subjected to the dump off. So we got to normalize calling run.
You can call run more aggressively because of that. Okay, I see your point. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it will work out for you. I'm not saying it's a great idea. Here's an all-out blitz against a short pass, and it's turned into a dump-off for 8 yards.
Mm-hmm.
4th and 2. You're down by 10. Do you kick the field goal here, or do you go for it?
I say you take the points.
Yeah, I agree with you. And so does Nick. Here comes Joey Sly.
And the family stone. Let's hope he's rewarded. He is. Okay. Well, Tennessee had the ball first in this game, so the Rams will have it here at the 3rd quarter. The Rams would like to have one more score here before going into the break.
I think part of that reason why you go for the field goal there, too, is your confidence in your defense. He's got, those 2 6 linebackers. He's got a 6 corner, a 5 corner, a 6 strong safety. He should be able to put together a stop.
Right.
And I don't like, well, I'll tell you in a second. There's a 12-yard gain turned into a 22-yard gain because he moved the linebacker.
Gain. Absolutely.
What I don't like is that Nick and Tyke decided to go with a 6 strong safety and a 4 free safety. That should be reversed. Even though the 6 is going to lock down Mark Andrews, when you have 2 6 linebackers, if you had that 6 free safety, you could move him to plug the other zone. There's a guest right bomb for 25 yards. Here comes the Rams.
Good point. Yeah.
You always want to have your 6 free safety. If you have a choice between a 6 and a 5 or 6 and a 4, always put your 6 in free safety. More flexibility.
Now, when you make that choice and put a 6 and say, hey, I would rather lock down the league's best tight ends with my 6, and I'm going to stay at a 4. Now you've got 3 guys here in the secondary, 6, 6, and 5. Are you just basically making the decision to say, you know what, I'm going to float this free safety around. I'm going to dare you to throw deep on these good corners and a good safety? Or does that say you're going to be blitzing more with that free safety?
It says you're going to do something with him every play. You're going to blitz him. You're going to double team with him. You're not going to just leave him home. I like the luxury of, me, I like to move my free safety, but I also like the luxury of leaving him home and shutting down that long pass zone too.
So why wouldn't you just keep the 6 back there? I mean, I don't get it. Your 6 is a movable chess piece basically here. You want that to be, oh, surprise, I put him here at the look-in pass. Surprise, I left him back here in the long pass zone. I don't see the point in moving him to.
Well, I think some people will just go with how they're carded. Like if you look at, let me see the computer manager. So, Eric Weddle was carded as a free safety, so he left him at free safety.
Mm-hmm.
Earl Thomas, well, he was also carded at free safety. So no, I was going to say, if you have a guy that's, a strong safety and you leave him a strong safety, some people just don't think about, they forget about the ability to move him.
Yeah, it's a conscious decision then. 3rd and 15. So Tennessee looking good here. Do they have much of a rush? Let's see what they got. No, not really.
Robert Quinn's good.
Yep.
Clark's good for a nose tackle. And
yep.
JPP on the other side. Yeah, so they could bring it.
Yeah.
But I don't think Nick's the kind of coach to all-out blitz like that. And he doesn't. Leaves his guys home. Mm-hmm. And stops them short of a first down and a field goal try.
Yep. Okay. Well, Tennessee's got enough time to get this thing close before the half.
Yeah, time slips away real quick in these playoff games.
Yeah, you're right. Boy, that is true. I haven't played in many playoff games, so but the ones that I have, and I've been bounced in the first or second round, you think, gosh, all that build up for 16 games and to watch it fly away, it's sad.
Well, I should say it goes fast when you're trailing. It seems to go really slow when you're leading.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know about the latter, but a deep shot. Oh, nope. Sack.
It's a nice must-run card there, though, for Watson.
Yes, it is. Just caught the low end. So 2nd and 10, 4:30 on a running clock. Tennessee trailing 13-3. This is Semifa 28. Excuse me, Strat 28 semifinal. And the winner will take on the winner of let's see, Pittsburgh and New York Giants.
New York Giants, yep.
Right.
Which has already happened. People go watch. Yeah. Go look at Michael's channel and watch the game. It was a good one.
We had fun.
So that's a big pickup there. And again, Nathan call and run. I guess maybe he's looked at the stats and seeing how he likes to use. Who's our Tykes there? Tyke, well, he doesn't look like he has a microphone.
No.
Tyke, you want in? You want to critique your kid while we're watching? Let us know. I think he's doing a good job. I mean, I think Nathan's just it's gotten the break so far. He just needs to get a couple more rolls himself, and we'll see this tightened up here before halftime. That'd be perfect for him. Is go down and get a touchdown, make it 13-10.
Absolutely.
Before the half.
Another sack.
That's what killed me in my game against Nathan. He just destroyed me in the end game with pressure.
Mm.
3rd and 13.
Oh, he does have it. Both linebackers. Mm-hmm.
Goes with a 3-2-6 showing blitz. Again, that the matchup with Conklin is the only thing I worry about. And Eckler's not the great pass blocker either. If you throw to him, you risk that auto sack if it's the asterisk pass rusher. He goes deep to Eckler, single cover by a 6 with 2 men in the zone. This is not going to be good unless you roll on the quarterback's card for a long game.
Oh, there you go.
That's what you needed.
That's exactly right.
You got to feel good when you get those kind of rolls.
Sure thing. He had that all the way.
So he used the free safety, 6, to double team the halfback. Pulled the extra DB back and the second DB. There may be, let me see. I have to take a look at that. Yep, he's got the guys in the right place. Boston's his free safety. Brock's the first DB, and second DB is Morgan Burnett. Loss of 2 on that one. Mm-hmm. Go move that one over to guessed wrong. What is that on Zeke's card? Guessed wrong. Only 8, but you certainly would rather have 2nd and 2 instead of 2nd and 12.
Yeah. I guess those are the kind of cards we're going to see from Elliott from now on. Just not an explosive runner, just a warhorse kind of guy. You hit the middle numbers, you get you 4 or 5 or a 6. Basically, he'll just stay close to his per carry average, and you just got to get lucky on some of those rolls. I mean, when you roll a 12, you expect something a little bit cooler than that.
Big pass rush, but he avoids the sack, but can't connect on Watson's card this time. 3rd and 12. Even getting a field goal here, you don't want to come away empty-handed, but if you can get a field goal at least and keep them off the scoreboard the rest of the half, that's a win too. You just don't want to fall too far behind here.
This is when you wish you had one of those running backs like, Singletary or Mostert that you could kind of run a draw, and if you're not going to get it, at least you're going to know you're going to get points on the board. He's in no man's land here at the 32.
Oh, good call there. Sideline right with the heavy pressure coming, but just missed. You'd like that to land on the D cards.
Yes,
so here comes Joey Sly for a long field goal.
He got it.
But you avoided getting sacked and taken out of field goal range. So that was a good decision by Nick.
Yes, it was.
And a good decision by Nathan to bring the pressure, because that lessens the chance of picking up the first down, I guess. So let's see what happens here on the Rams drive. I mean, the best case scenario is if the Titans can stop them and get the ball back again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you've got these dangerous running backs here. A couple of short gains, you can find yourself at midfield in no time.
Yeah, you're right about that. And this is why you draft those guys like Singletary and Mostert,
right?
For situations like this, into the half when the coach is hesitant to call run.
Mm-hmm.
There, and then you can run it on and get strong like this.
You got to get it on the right card. So.
Yep, true.
But he did get out of bounds, so he preserved a timeout. Now we got Vice to something else. Singletary out Mostert, and here we go. Or Mostert.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it Mostert or Mostert? I think it's Mostert.
I think it's Mo.
I think you're
right. You're right.
Colonel Mostert in the study with a candlestick.
In Candlestick Park.
There you go.
The inside run. And that'll pick up 7.
1st and 10 out to the 37. Could have been worse.
Yeah, it would have been a short gain had it been on Mustert's card. Mustard, Colonel Mustard. You're right. I'll think of it. That mnemonic device, right?
Well, mustard is like probably the wrong thing to think of because I think it's more like that's like the wrong pronunciation of. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It's Mo. It's a momentum.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
That's a good way of thinking. Bomb to Beckham. Nobody's in the zone.
Oh, and he got it. 29 yards. How about that? Anything you can do, I can do better. So
there you go.
Yep. But it's not as heinous as that one call when you double team him.
Right. But similar rule on the quarterback's card on a 4 or 5.
Correct.
I think it was a 4. I think it was exactly the right call.
Plenty of time. He's got 2 of his timeouts left, so this could be. I mean, you're thinking field goal at least to make this a 2-possession game, but he's got a chance for more. He's got time.
Offense took a timeout there, so that tells me he's content with driving it down. Another run, guessed wrong. Nobody's in the zone.
There it is. That's so dangerous. Oh gosh.
Fumble, but it looks like the Rams got it back.
Yeah, they held on to it though.
That's one thing that he was telling me, Nathan, because before the SSFA draft, I had no running back, and I was going to picking at the end of the round. I was planning on picking up a guy like Singletary, but he says the fumbles will drive you crazy. Mm-hmm. But the guy I traded for, Chris Carson, is not that much better. He still has that high fumble number.
Okay.
I think it's like 23 for Singletary and 20 for Carson.
Mm-hmm.
So that's you dance with those guys. You got to take that chance. There's a nice run call.
Nice call, Tennessee. He got the break too on the. You gotta like it when you call run and you still get the break on the defensive card too.
Yeah.
It's when Strat punishes you when you don't put a guy up there and you hit that 11.
Sure. Yeah, you call run and he hits the 8, or
right.
Or you call run and he hits the 2 short gain right on his card.
But that's how we do. We call run and then we flood, 2 zones.
Yeah. You're protecting 2 different things.
Absolutely.
Now we couldn't call run again.
Yep.
And you notice Nathan switched up to Mostert because he's not as big of a fumbler. So if the coach is calling run, you don't want to call him on that fumble card guessed right.
Mm-hmm. So for whatever reason, Strat tossed out the kicker out there. There's a timeout left with 22 seconds to go. He's not calling timeout. He's not kicking a field goal.
Yeah. So 3rd and 5, 22 seconds left. Nathan's got his good guess right runner in there, and Nick responds with a 3-4. So
I can see a sweep left here.
Oh, he's in run to Dak Prescott. He's got a decent end run card. It's going to pick up 3 and get out of bounds. So it'll be a field goal, make it a 2-score game before the half.
I think he saw that linebacker 4-0 and said, "I'll go for the run."
Yeah, go for the end run.
Yeah,
sure. Good point. So now Nathan has a 2-score lead, and he gets the ball back to start the half.
I believe that's correct.
Squib kick. He's going to get the ball out to the 30, but only a second left, so 16-6 Rams, a half away from moving on to the big game. Well, it looks like he's going to try to take a shot here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably figures what the heck.
Yep.
Fly to DJ Moore. Single
Double
cover.
teamed. Oh, you single covered. Okay.
So there's your first half score, 16-6.
What you got for your other score?
3-0. Oakland on top of the Jets.
Barn burner.
Yeah, it's the big play in that game was like 3rd and 17 for Jeff. Tom puts 2 guys in the deep zone. It's a bomb, and Lamar Jackson gets a must run for 30 yards. And so he gets the first down. He drives down and gets to a 4th and 1 around the 20. Tom stops him. Can only drive to midfield, and then the Raiders then answered with a long drive that ended in a field goal after a sack on like 3rd and 2 inside the 10. So Tom's doing a good job keeping Lamar Jackson from going nuts, but he's still trailing as he needs to get his offense going. Tim Bollier and Jay are calling that game, so you'll be able to watch it later.
Really? Oh, that's great. Oh, that's cool.
So we got 2 teams of broadcasters here. We're like the CBS crew, and they're the ABC, ESPN crew, or the Fox crew. I guess it'd be like the Fox crew.
I think I'm the part of the Westwood One crew, basically here.
I love Kevin Harlan. When he's on Westwood One Radio, that's my favorite.
That guy really does a great job with basketball. I love listening to his basketball calls. He's one of the most underrated broadcasters, period. He's got a great voice.
Yeah, when they were talking about the Monday Night Football gig, I was really hoping they would pick him, because I think that would be perfect.
Oh, so vanilla. It's so vanilla. You got to put people in there that push the needle. You just can't put just milquetoast guys on those broadcasts. It's such a privilege to be able to call that, and they've just got nothing up there. I mean, it's just really bland. I
agree. I would love to have that change one day, but I guess the crew this year they're probably going to keep it the same unless they get like Greg Olson on there or something, or one of these new guys, Drew Brees. One of those guys is retiring and I might enter the booth.
Yeah, that's weird. I just got an SSFA trade offer. You would think it would be like almost too late for that.
Well, we're just a couple days before the cut deadline. Let me guess, they wanted to ship you a player for a pick, or vice versa?
No, it was and I see why he was doing this. It's Mick was wanting me to take on a wide receiver. He says I need to shed a kick returner, so he was wanting Darius Phillips, and would trade me a wide receiver for him. But I kind of like to hold on to Darius Phillips.
Sounds good.
I got enough good wide receivers this year, so I'm fine.
Yeah. So here comes the Rams, starting at their own 21. Good pace to this game. There's a guess right run. He's going to lose 2. (16-6). So when you're trailing in this position, are you apt to take more chances, or do you figure, hey, I'm just going to call my game? I got plenty of time left.
I've watched enough of these online to know that this is not panic time, that you just stay within your game and don't take crazy shots. It's just two scores. It's just 2 scores. But again, you just gotta. Like I said, I watched this enough to know that don't panic. Stuff happens. Let the game play out, and play smart. Because sometimes you're down because of bad breaks. Fumbled punt or kick return, or 2 men in the zone interception, or even gets wrong flat pass with a terrible flip. That's not your fault. You got to strip that emotion away. You just can't give up in this game. You just got to keep grinding it out and stay with your game plan. It's only when you're down 2 scores late that you hit the panic button. But
Very
I mean,
good.
I think you slow play games down 2 scores and find a way to come back at the end by just maintaining your game plan and only throwing crazy deep balls when you think it's there, not just basically just airing it out just because you're down.
Right.
Just be patient.
So big play here, 3rd and 9. And run to Dak. He's going after that 0 again, but he's got the white die 1 to worry about. He loses 6 thanks to that white die 1. Hey, when you get a chance after this play, go to game and then options and turn on the board game details.
Yeah, I turned that off on purpose, to be honest, but I'll turn it right back on for you.
What do you have it off for? Just because it's more clean on that side?
More clean, yeah. It's just like I said. I mean, you're seeing a screen here that is blown up to a resolution that is beyond Mr. Magoo range, but that's just how I have to do it.
And click the show other highlights box too. That'll be good for the box score at the end.
Whereabouts is that?
Right in the middle on the left, right there. Where you're 2 down. There you go.
There.
You want that one back on again?
This one here?
Yeah. And the board game details, where is that at? Right underneath that. Right underneath the other highlights. The one you just checked.
There you go. Okay.
I'll read it for you. But to be honest, I know you say it's blown up. It's I think it's more enjoyable to watch as a viewer this way. Like the way I have it, my screens, my dots are too small. You can actually read these guys' names and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a big one. Short gain there on the flat pass.
It's just
the only reason I like the board game details on is to see that there was a chance for a sack on that, a 31% chance, but the random roll was a 91. So I can at least see that and add that to my color commentary as I'm watching both games.
No, I want you to see. I'm glad that you can. I can't make that stuff out. I just concentrate on the game. But now that we're doing broadcasts, you need all that extra stuff. People are looking for that when they replay it and they want to watch it. They want to see board game details. I agree.
So there was a short gain, Defender X, and the White Die 5 beat Bradley McDougall's 4 rating. So those are the things you see with the board game details on. So glad we got that going.
That's the thing, though. I mean, if he can't get that pass rush in, I mean, he's got a vulnerable secondary. There's no question.
Absolutely.
And we're starting to see it now. I mean, he's made his way down the field in no time flat.
Yeah, 16-6 down to the 21. Button hooked. There's a 6 linebacker there. 6 free safety there, should say. And incomplete. 2nd and 10.
I'm on the receiver card.
Yeah, just hit a blank on Elliott's card.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't matter, even if it would have been guessed wrong. Although halfbacks almost always have an incomplete on 7.
Yeah.
Pitch out right. There's nobody there. Guessed wrong. It's going to pick up 4. He'll set up 3rd and 6. Now, if he would have gotten 6, 8, 4, or 9, obviously you get a first down on a couple of those, but no contain on the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So containment is in place here. But that's the other thing, too, is that on these ones, maybe you take your shot deep here. Well, you can't go deep at 17, but maybe you should take your shot short here, knowing that he's going to leave those linebackers home, to prevent the run. Although he's in a pistol formation or shotgun formation, so that pistol formation for him, so he can only run off tackle or linebacker. So you can bring the outside linebackers.
Right.
He goes for a crossing pattern.
And he left 2 zones home, so he's bringing the house, and he got him. And he got him.
Those guys. And move it over a little bit. I want to see what the chance was. So it was a 29% chance. Cameron Hayward against Anthony Costanzo, who's a 7.
Wow.
But he rolled under 29. He rolled an 8. But Sly kicks the field goal, brings it back to a single score.
That's right.
Another good defensive stop, and it's game on.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a drive where basically, again, you're picking on that secondary. That isn't great. And Nathan's waiting, when is the time that a sack's going to take place? And it took place at just the right time. So instead of 7, he only gives up 3, maintains that touchdown lead.
But you're right. He was more aggressive this time and went after those 4s and 0s instead of just playing it safe. So
right.
Good mix of both. Both coaches were rewarded for their strategies. 16-9 now. This is a big one for Nathan. Curl to John Brown. He's bringing some heat, but it's not. I don't think it wasn't a safety blitz, so it didn't matter. He brought some linebackers up and protected that. Brought this free safety down, but it was guessed right on the quarterback's card.
It's a good guess for Tennessee too, because basically that last drive before the half was almost exclusively runs, and you get that in your head basically that you're thinking, well, this is just going to be instantly another run. And he called pass, he just didn't get the break.
So defensive no tackle +1 or +12, and Kenny Clark makes the play.
Yeah, I think it's almost a given if you're playing a 3-4 that you have to have a 5 or a 6 nose tackle. And if you don't, you probably should be thinking about 4-3.
You can get by with a 4 in certain circumstances, a really big league, for example. But yeah, you're right.
I know I basically gave a lot for a DJ Reader. It's a 2014 league basically for SSFA. But the idea of having a 6 and not having to worry about it and never getting hit with one of those, and again, I got 6s on the outside too, so never those fluky rolls where 10-yard end run or 50-yard end run. It's only going to be 10.
Huge. So 3rd and 10.
Yeah, you've played in tons of leagues, obviously. I haven't played in a lot, but I've been playing for 5 years in all sorts of different leagues. It's funny, like my lines usually have been good, but I don't really remember hardly any times that I've had like a fleet of linebackers, like, oh, look at these, I got like all 6s across here, or 5s and 6s. Almost every team that I've ever had has been vulnerable at linebacker, almost every one.
Do you want to know why that is?
Because there's not a lot of them to go around, I guess.
Yeah, they've stopped carding a lot of 6 against the pass linebackers. It's unusual that Nicholas has 2 6 against the pass linebackers. Nick and Tyke have that. That used to be more common when there wasn't split ratings.
I wrote a little post about that. I agree 100%. I think a lot of the players back then were given 6s just based on, well, he's a great pass rusher, so he must be great at everything else. And so you've got that huge 6, and now you don't have it anymore.
Right, or he was voted to the Pro Bowl or to the All-Pro team, so we're going to give him a 6.
He may never guarded a halfback in his life, and he certainly never would have dropped back in his zone, but just because of his name, and you're right, because he got to the Pro Bowl or All-Pro, he gets a 6.
But it was a good idea. It was a good idea that Strat put in. It just makes it tougher.
It was, but I still think needs to be some more tweaks. We talked about that. I'm really interested to see if Glenn's going to take that back and talk to him about giving middle linebackers the chance to be assigned to guys in the backfield, or just basically out and out allowing that left linebacker to be an edge defender, which is truly what the guy does for a living and doesn't guard anybody in a man setting, be it a running back or a tight end, fullback, whatever you want to call him. I really think that Strat should consider making that left linebacker just a pure edge rusher and allowing the middle linebacker to be the coverage guy. But we'll see. I hope they consider it.
Good call by Nick on that last one with a flat pass to an empty zone.
Good.
Here comes some pressure. Fights it off, but misses on his own card. See, Nathan hasn't been hit by one of those sniper scopes yet. That was a 51% chance of a sack there. Shaq Barrett. Has he got Shaq Barrett against Ezekiel Elliott? So, 2nd and 10. Again, showing blitz. Yeah, he's got Shaq Barrett there. Came in there as a high linebacker.
I think Elliott's a 3 pass blocker, I believe.
Yeah. Off tackle left to Zeke. He's going to pick up 4, set up in 3rd and 6. As my son comes over to say hi. Yeah, my camera, but no, it's good.
Finally, we've added some class to this broadcast.
That's right. What's some color commentary without some color? Big play here by Nick. He needs to pick up this first down, 3rd and 6. Sideline right.
Double teams are.
And is he going to get it? He does. Exactly. Exactly 6 on Marcus Johnson's guest right card.
Wow. Not a very good flat pass card. A lot of those wide receivers, that looks a lot like the average wide receiver's flat pass card. Guessed right. It looked like, was he keying the running back there, or was he double teaming Elliott?
He was double teaming Elliott.
He was.
So, yeah. Or double teaming somebody. It was the wrong double team. It was a guest right pass.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 3 now near midfield. Now, as you're the coach coming from behind, you're feeling a little bit better. If I can just keep this drive going.
It's got some nice momentum. You're right. Absolutely.
But nice plug there by Nathan. 2 linebackers in the zone there. Otherwise, that would have been some positive yardage, I think.
Had he keyed him?
No, he was calling pass. He had flooded the linebucker and off tackle zone with linebucker with the free safety, off tackle zone with the linebacker.
Wow. What if there'd been one linebacker there?
Yeah, it would have been linebacker in zone. So with the white die, well, I can't tell what the white die was. That's fine.
5.
Yeah. So then, yeah.
4-yard gain?
Yeah, it could have been. So 3rd and 4 here. He's still 3-4 showing blitz. Quick slant to Hunter Henry. He's bringing some heat. Hits a blank. Just lands in between 2 positive plays that would have picked up the first. And he doesn't panic, like you said. He's going to kick it and let his defense do the work.
Well, you would think Hunter Henry, a tight end, would have a better flat pass card. Well, it's too late now.
Yeah. No, it's not bad, but you're right. It's not like super juicy.
Not to his name is what I'm saying. Maybe just had a down card.
I think he was hurt for a little bit of that 2019 season.
Yeah.
So the end runs on Dak are capped. Guess wrong pass to Olsen's going to pick up 12.
Mm-hmm.
This is usually like dinner time, but my wife is on the phone with her sister, so I get to get a little extra broadcast time here.
Good timing.
I got my youngest playing WWE on the Xbox.
Yep.
My middle kid is working out. My middle son, daughter's doing her own thing. So we're having fun in this pandemic.
That's not a thing the matter with that. We're finding stuff to do.
There's a guess wrong run for 9 yards by Mostert.
Yeah, our hospital's been churning them out, about 1,500 vaccines a day. Not bad for a town of 10,000 or 20,000. Our hospital's a 500-bed hospital. So they've been driving in from close to 2 hours away to get shots here. It's just been difficult to get it around the state of Kentucky. So,
what's your age limit? 65 and up right now?
Right now it's 70, but it's getting ready to move down here in the next week.
Nice. You just keep on doing that good work. Michael works as an administrator in the hospital, right? Recruiting administrator?
Recruiter, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. So we got a 1 yard pickup, guessed wrong on the line buck to pick up the first.
All he needed.
A run call there, and he would have been punting, possibly.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm assuming he would have punted.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have. As got the lead in the playoff game, you're probably gonna.
Yeah, you're not experimenting in the lab in the playoffs.
Well, we're in the 4th quarter now. 2nd and 6 after that 4 yard gain. The Rams, 15 minutes away from the Super Bowl. The Titans looking to tighten up on their defense.
There you go.
Get the ball back.
Another inside run. Good call.
Oh, he keyed him. Or did he call a draw?
He called a draw.
Okay, so he called draw, got a run call, got the dreaded 5, so it's 3rd and 8 now. Both these coaches calling an excellent game.
Mm-hmm. You told me to change my handle in Strat, and I changed it to dreaded 5. I've had so many people ask me that question. I'm like, don't you guys listen to Tom's broadcast?
That's funny. You got to know the dreaded 5.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I love that handle. I've stolen it. I've claimed it for my own.
I think all of us use that. Me, you, Tim, Tom, of course, since he originated it. Jay.
It's so cool. It's just the dreaded 5. Good double team there.
Oh, move it over to the guest. Move it over to the guest right column. Was that completion guest right?
Nope, wouldn't matter. But still a good call.
Still a very good call. You feel good about that?
Yeah, he's earning it. Get that so far today off of here.
Ooh, Tom just hit a long gain with 8 seconds left to DJ Moore to take a 10-6 lead going into halftime.
Wow.
Go big or go home.
Steal that momentum.
Jeff says in the other game, it looks like I need to fire Mike Pettin since DJ Moore got behind the secondary for the touchdown at the end of the half.
Was that the Raiders D coordinator? Or Jets
that's the Packers D coordinator, isn't it? Like he's the one that. Yeah, remember in the Tom Brady hit that deep pass at the end of the half over Kevin King. To get that to make it 21-9 at the halftime.
He played that thing terribly. Though I was thinking it was the Raiders Jets game that the Raiders snatched defeat out of the jaws of victory.
Yeah, no, that was Greg Williams. He got fired for it. Mike Pettin just got some hard stares. 3rd and 6 here. Big conversion. 12 minutes left in the game.
Now he's tried short passes on the last couple of these, and he's watched. There's been 2 zones vacated basically, and I wonder if he'll try short this time. I would try flat. Try one of these flats this time.
But he's also seen that 6 come down. Maybe he'll go deep. It's a flat pass to Moore. He's correctly double teamed, but he still makes the play.
He did try it. He did try it, and everybody stayed at home on that play.
Yep. Which is funny because, it's not funny. Nathan's always going to mix it up, but there's been times where he got sacks against me and against others on those flat passes because he brings so much pressure that flat pass sack chance is up to 40%. Gets wrong short pass, and it's a long game.
Big pick up.
Look at that.
Oh, baby.
Down to the 25. Hits the middle of the long gain chart. That's the only bad news. That was a great call, great roll. Finally taking advantage of those 4s. Move it over a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to see what the white. Move it over the other way.
Sorry.
So the white die was a 6, so it was going to beat everybody in his secondary.
Yep.
Inside run to Zeke, guess wrong. It's going to pick up 10 thanks to the block of the center.
Mm-hmm.
So the Titans are 15 yards away from tying it up.
How long has Nicholas been playing?
I know he's been playing in my leagues like Battle Royale and SFFDL for at least 4 years, but he had played before that in a face-to-face league with Tyke.
Okay.
For many years. I think he's his kid, but he's in his mid to late 20s, I think. So he's no spring chicken. So he's got some experience under his belt.
Yeah, well, he's playing beyond his years. Good for him.
I think Tyke feels like he's snake bit a little bit in some of these playoff games, deep in the playoffs. So he wanted to hand the reins over to Nick.
Oh, I see.
Sometimes it's just about like keeping your calm and not getting nervous. I get nervous. I've played in as many of these as anybody else.
Sure.
But I get nervous. You just gotta fight through that stuff and try to treat it as much as you can like a regular game.
Right.
6-yard pickup on second down is going to set up 3rd and 5.
It's nice. The flats pass is still in effect. Here's what I'm trying to mumble.
Yeah, absolutely. And
it's kind of a break, actually. You want to be tackled at the 10, not the 9. So
exactly. We'll see what Nathan does, if he brings the heat or if he keeps people home. Remember, we saw him on other flat pass situations bring that free safety down and stick the middle linebacker out to one of the other flats.
Yeah, I think he's bringing the house here. I bet he will.
What you don't want to do is throw it to the halfback, because you want to get that auto sack. It's going to be, if it's a flat pass, throw it to somebody else, so that at least you can have a chance to hold off the blitz.
Go for Henry again here.
Or he might run it. You go for an end run here. Look at all those chances to get 5 yards. If he's bringing the house, containment's no longer in play.
Mm-hmm.
He does run it. Off tackle right, 9-yard pickup, and he gets down to the 1. He breaks contain thanks to the white die 3 against the middle linebacker, who was probably a 4 or 5 against the run. Yeah, hover over those guys. You got a 5-0, and what's the other guy? So he's a 4-5. So he was a 5 against the run, but a 4 or a 5 is the same containment chances. If you get a 1 or a 2, it's contained. If you get that white die 3, you break contain. So here you got a perfect situation here. Just ram it in here.
Yeah, don't get cute here.
It goes to Austin Eckler. The offensive guard does not make the block. It was a white die 6. He would have made it on a 4 or 5. Just keep pounding it in.
Yeah.
You'll make it. Famous last words, right?
Oh,
he loses too.
No. Oh,
okay. Did I say keep pounding? I meant throw a short pass. That's what I really meant.
This guy doesn't listen, does he?
Well, he could have. I mean, he's got a lot of guys who lose their yards or are stuck on those short runs, but
inside run
to Z.
He just gets his run, and he is.
And he stuffed again. Oh my goodness! What do you do here?
That is snake bitten. I think you go for it.
But 7 minutes left. You still got time to make a stop, and you're going to need a field goal to win it anyway. Maybe you do kick 3.
I go for it and just say, okay, he's got a long field.
Yeah.
You never know if you're going to be back here or how close you're going to be to this. I mean.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen here? He's going to get sacked. He's going to try a short pass and get sacked.
Now, who does he? Let's see if he left Elliott back there.
Yeah, it's end run to Elliott or a short pass. Those are the 2 options I think you got here.
I don't agree with this formation. To me, I would be putting your regular set out there, not too.
It's an inside run to Nyheim Hines. Guessed wrong, but there's 2 men in zone. And he gets exactly what he needs, 3 yards.
Got 2 linebackers in the zone, too. Wow.
That's a ballsy call. Big brass balls there for Nicholas Hall.
Tyke, you know what? Text your son, tell him he's doing a great job. He knows way more than I do.
You raised a good one there. Just the fact that your son's playing Strat football is pretty cool.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You get rewarded and then that nonsense. Wow.
All right. Should have gone for 2, like I said, right?
Shades of autumn wind. That's
okay.
On Grand Rapids.
I didn't say go for 2, but if I had looked at that card, maybe I would have.
But you were, nope. Yeah, I didn't see that. He had 11 and 12 misses.
But still, you got 7 minutes left. Make a stop here.
Yeah, I mean, you got to score anyway. So you don't want this thing to go to overtime. You're just winning. Let's go, man. And he's doing such a great job defensively. Look what he's doing to the Rams here in the second half.
Yeah. Now Nathan's getting a little nervous. He wants to get those chains moving again.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the right running backs if you get him guessed wrong. So let's see what happens here. Curl to John Brown, double teaming the tight end is going to be guessed right for 12 yards. And there's the first chain moving. I'll tell you what, though, if you're if you're Nick, you feel good that you're only trailing by a point instead of taking the field goal there and being down by 4 right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Because even if you get the touchdown, even if you drive down and get a touchdown, you still have a chance to get the ball back, get a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie it. So it's not all doom and gloom, but you need to make a stop here. Maybe you do start taking more chances here because you want to get like a sack, put them in 3rd and long. It's tough though with those runners to sell out for a blitz.
2 good calls for the defense, though. I mean, 2 straight good pass calls here. It's very easy just to blanket call run. There's a pass completed, guessed right on the receiver card, pick up a 13.
So he needs to put a little more pressure on here, do something. He's got to make 3 really good calls and force the punt. That's what you want.
Mark Andrews, one of the elite tight ends. He only has 2 catches in this game. He's been pretty quiet. But what we say, he was guarded by a 6 in this game. So
that's a good call. Look for Nathan to get the ball to Andrews here on a flat pass. Get him in a big spot. Now that he's kind of ignored him. Oh, good run call.
Run good job, Tyke. I mean, Nicholas or Tyke. If you're somehow communicating to him, mental telepathy.
There you go. Get your socks on, button. What's up?
Oh, no, I'm going to go take a shower now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, then I'll keep this for a little bit.
I'm not even that cold.
Well, you just worked out too, bud.
Yeah.
All right, 3rd and 4 here. Off tackle left. He's got a man in the zone, and he stuffs it.
He stopped.
Offensive onside tackle, who's a 4, can't make the block. Riley Reef.
So this is interesting. I mean,
3 minutes left.
You're giving Tennessee great field position. If you kick it, you could just be buying 20 yards.
Right. I think you go for it. I guess if you're in that spot, you want to bring it home. You don't want to give the ball back.
Yeah.
And he is going for it. The only problem is
pretty not great, but good enough. But I guess LA believes in their offense more than they do their defense here.
Well, hover over that back. Who's he got in the game, guys? Yeah, he's got Geis in there. Remember, he's got that good guess run call and guess wrong, guess right, and guess wrong. So, what do you call here? I would call run and have a 6 in one flat, a 6 in the other flat, and the 2 linebackers in the left.
Yeah, I think that's the right call here. Could you
and bring the free safety down to make it 4 men in zone on a short pass.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're Tyke or if you're Nathan, I think you throw short, hoping to get 3 men in zone, and if not, you get maybe a dump off chance if he gets his pass.
Good calls both ways.
Giving up all my strategies here.
Hey, slow down! I can't write this. Oh wait, it's on tape. I can listen to it later. Yeah, you're putting a lot of stuff down on tape. Honestly.
That's all right. That's all right. I don't always do the same thing. I always mix it up.
No. You're just telling the strategies you wouldn't do. There you go. Throw them off. Off tackle run. Defense guesses run. Great call.
He's got a man in the zone, too. Even better than my defensive proposed.
Wow.
And it's
what a nice call, Nicholas. Great job, buddy.
Can you scroll that over to guess wrong just so I can see how many yards he would have gotten?
First down.
Exactly 3 yards.
What do you broken contain though?
There's no contain. It was only 4th and 3. There's no contain.
Oh, okay.
5 yards or more for contain. So yeah, that would have been
right.
a first down. That would have been a first down guessed wrong.
Mm.
So 1 point lead. He goes off tackle. Picks up 9 on Zeke's card. He just needs 2 more first downs.
Nathan was bringing it again there. So
he needs about 20 yards to let his field goal kicker redeem himself. after that missed extra point. And he's on the sideline going, please give me another shot, please.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have to earn it now. Prescott has a low interception percentage too, so I mean Nathan's going to have to just call his way into this basically. So, but he's still going to have to get a couple of first downs here to get in field goal range.
Quick out right. There's a 5 linebacker there. Look out for that flat pass sack here.
Mm. Nope. Watson completes it. His card, 7 yards. That's Watson just went over 200 yards, 206.
Plenty of time to dink and dunk your way down the field.
That's exactly right.
Tom was facing a 4th and 2 in the other game. Called run. It was a run to Gurley. He hit a short gain for 2. Guessed right. So Tom is up against it. He's still leading 10-6 over there.
Yep.
Okay, 2 minutes to go. What do you got here? Nathan showing blitz. He'd love to get a sack here, maybe a sack fumble. If you're it goes for a screen, he's throwing it to the halfback. He avoids the auto sack on on the challenge being on the blocking back or the halfback. Instead, it was Tyson Alualua, who's a 0 up against Brandon Linder, who's a 7. So that's a great matchup for Nick. And Oakland cashes in that conversion with a touchdown drive, and now they're back on top of the Jets, 13-10.
Mm.
So 2nd and 5 here. Do you keep it on the ground or do you just keep throwing flats? Watson's been hot.
Waiting for him to run. He's been bringing pressure from the outside, so if he can hit the right off tackle.
Yeah, he wants to break contain here, though. So if you run and he calls a draw, you're in 3rd and 5 plus. You don't want that. I just think you keep flat passing it. Square out left to DJ Moore. That's a good call, but it's going to hit a good roll for Nathan. Defender -3 or -1. Goodness, if he had thrown a look-in pass on that, it's +20, I think.
0 man in zone. That'd be the 20. You're right. Mm-hmm.
You can move it over there to make sure I'm right.
You're correct.
Tell me. Yep.
I've memorized that. It's 20, 13, and 30.
Yep. I think we all have by this point.
Right.
So it's 3rd and 6. So maybe that would have been it's just so easy to call in hindsight. But yeah, that would have been a good time for a short pass. Maybe or a run.
He's probably hesitant to throw a short pass and jeopardize getting out of field goal range. I mean, he's still out of field goal range, but this is.
Yeah, he's so close right now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's called a timeout.
Team notebook. The Titans they have a good field goal kicker deep. Joey Sly is 2 through 7, 11 and 12 out to the 38. So he's 3 yards away from glory, or at least having a chance at glory. 1:15 left. If he gets a first down here, he can basically run the clock out and try that last-minute field goal.
Right. I think he's trying to flat pass here. I don't think he's trying to draw.
Oh, he's in the base. He's in the base formation. I think he's running it. I think he's running it to set up 4th and short or give him a field goal shot. The last thing he needs is the sack here to make it 4th and long.
Right.
Oh, but Nathan called run. It's a quick out right for 11 yards.
Oh,
look at me. I would have been stuffed, and instead Nick is set up to continue to bleed the clock out, move it down to a better field goal chance, and win this game.
Had he guessed that right, 5, not -1, it would have been a 5-yard pickup. So it would have set up 4th and 1 at the 41-35, I believe it would have been, or maybe 37. Was it the 40?
Okay, so the next range for Sly is 2 through 8, 23 to 32. So he really wants to get inside the 22 to get in the 2 through 10 range. So this is not over yet.
Mm-hmm.
Off tackle right, 2-minute zone.
Oh.
Look at the yard. Again, he needs to get about 10 more yards to have like a 2 through 10 field goal chance.
Mm-hmm.
The defense takes another timeout. That makes it even easier for Nick because he still has all 3 of his timeouts in his back pocket.
Right. You just run this all the way down to 1 second.
Got to watch out for Nathan flooding the flats here and trying to emphasize increase his chances for a pick to end the game.
I just see another run here. Maybe even Watson up the middle, thinking that he's going to key Elliott.
Oh, and in the other game, Christian McCaffrey just broke out a 32-yard touchdown run to put the Jets back on top.
Oh my gosh! Look at this.
He tried to key Elliott. He tried to get up top to get into that good field goal range and just missed hitting. And again, if he had gone to DJ Moore there, that is a completion with his max receiver.
Mm.
So Jets back up on top in the third quarter of that Somifa playoff game, 17-13.
Much time
left? Play here. 5 minutes in the third quarter.
On the one side, a run isn't going to help you much in a case like this. Chances of getting 7 yards or 8 yards to get inside of that better field goal range. But on the other side, you do not want to risk a sack here.
Well, I like the idea of running it for 2 reasons. Number one, you're going to make him use his last time out. And number 2, if you can get at least 7 yards, you get into that better field goal range.
Right. That's why I think it's the right call, but it's just if it's me, I'm definitely doing that.
Right. We've seen Nathan Call run in this kind of spot. Not exactly, but 3rd and 6. Off tackle left, 1 man in zone.
Oh.
Dreaded 5. Your calling card.
Oh dear.
So here we go. 2 through 8. 2 through 8. What is that? Like a 64% chance, something like that?
Yeah. You want to hide it and watch the animation?
Yeah, let's do that. Here we go. And he misses it.
Oh God.
And the Rams are going to advance to the Super Bowl.
So to get a 10, if he would have gotten inside of 22, that would have been good, you said? A 2 through 10?
Yes, 2 through 10 is good inside the 22. He needed those yards.
Yeah.
Instead, he got the dreaded 5.
But he coached a whale of a game.
He sure did. Great job, Nick, and great job by Nathan.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a nice Super Bowl matchup. I know you don't want to do a spoiler alert, but if they've watched this far, do we just tell them what the matchup's going to be?
Go right ahead.
It's going to be a Rams and Steelers matchup, right? Ron won the other game, and Nathan wins this one. So you got the what was that? Super Bowl 1979 Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 14.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was rooting for the Rams.
It was.
Vince Ferragamo just needed to do one less interception and one more good throw.
Yep, I was a huge Rams fan. I didn't talk that much when I went to school the next day. I was only 9, and it meant, whoa, what's going on here?
Well, he's running it, and because he's got his timeouts left, but didn't really matter. He could have taken a knee there.
Matter.
Busted it for 17 on. Well, it's 4th and 13, so he could have taken a knee, but instead he ran it. It's all good.
It's all good.
All right. Well, thanks very much, Michael, for calling it. I will let you go.
Man. That was fun. Yeah, we'll figure out when the Super Bowl is. We'll do this again. I'll put some stats up here so everybody can look at it, and we'll just wrap it up. Appreciate it, man.
All right. Take care.
Stay safe, buddy. Bye-bye. All right, well, there's your final score. And just like Dennis said, we now have the matchup set for Strat-O-Matic, the championship. We'll have the Los Angeles Rams against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's Ron Martin's Pittsburgh Steelers up against the Los Angeles Rams. And that's Nathan Baylor. So let's look at the box score real quick before we get out of here. As you can see, the Rams were up 16 to 6 at the end of the first half, but Tennessee did a great job of holding Los Angeles defensively. They did a wonderful job. Unfortunately, that 6 should have been a 7, but a missed extra point led to this score, 16-15. Tennessee drove it all the way down to deep into LA territory, but their kicker who already had, let's see, 3 successful field goals, had missed an extra point, and he missed a 40-some-odd yard field goal that would have given Tennessee the win. But LA sits on the ball 3 times, and they will be going to the title game against Pittsburgh. So let's look at the box score here real fast. So when we picked it up early, Los Angeles had the first 2 scores of the game, a 31-yard field goal by Koo and an 18-yard run by Mostert. Then the teams traded field goals. Tennessee closed the gap to 10-3 on Sly's first field goal from 36. Los Angeles then extended the lead to 13-3 with another field goal from Koo. Then Sly drills one from 49 yards out to cut the lead to 13-6, and then Koo comes back and hits a 28-yard field goal just as time is expiring in the half. Los Angeles was not able to put any more points on the board in the third or fourth quarter. Tennessee had another field goal there for Sly, a 39-yard field goal. And on a 4th down run, Nyheim Hines picked up 3 yards on a great call on a 4th and 3, a gutsy call. And unfortunately, Sly missed the extra points. And then at the end of the game, a missed field goal from Sly from 46 yards out led to the ultimate demise of the Tennessee Titans. So that's your final score, 16-15. Looking at the stats, Dak Prescott only threw the ball 17 times for 120 yards, no interceptions, no touchdowns. His counterpart, Deshaun Watson, 20 of 33 for 221 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception that actually led to the first score of the game, the first field goal there. It was set up by that interception, giving Texans, actually, the Los Angeles Rams, the 3-0 lead. Dynamic running backs on the Rams. The Rams have 2 great backs. Mostert was pretty much held in check with 46 yards, only 3 yards per carry, but Singletary on 14 carries with 101 yards. Across the field, Elliott, 20 carries for 69 yards. Nobody really breakout for wide receivers, maybe with the exception of tight end Hunter Henry with 7 catches for 93 yards. Big plays in this game included sacks. Nathan is renowned for having good pass rushing teams. Didn't disappoint in this game. 5 sacks, including Terrell Suggs, who was credited with 2. Tyson Alulu had 1. Shaq Barrett had 1. Cam Hayward had 1 as well. No sacks for Tennessee. The lone interception of the game, Tremaine Brock. So there's your final score. Congratulations, Nick. You coached a great game. And, of course, Nathan, you coached a great game too. So this should be a good matchup between Nathan and Ron Martin. They'll throw the schedule up on Slack, and Dennis and I will broadcast it again. But we want everybody to come join us. We always have a good time with this. We're not broadcasting professionally. We're just having fun. So, again, your final score, Los Angeles 16, Tennessee 15. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Congratulations, Nathan. Congratulations, Nick. You coached a whale of a game, buddy. Good job. So we're going to turn it loose tonight. Everybody, stay safe out there. God bless. Good night.